now I'm just one life, and we're back with a brew of mono black. This take on mono black uses 7 planeswalkers. We have 3 Lolths instead of 4, 2 Sorins, and 2 Professor Onyx. It's a nice blend of the options of what these different cards can offer, and also, importantly, it's at 4, 5, and 6 mana on the curve, which means we can sort of curve 1, 2, 3, and then we can get them back if we have enough snowlands for only 5, perhaps, because we have a Field of Ruin out, we can get Lolth, or if we have 2 Field of Ruins out, got really unlucky, we can still get back a Sorin. We also have 2 Toxrills in this deck. Toxrill is a really interesting one. He's a 7 mana, 7/7 slug horror. And at the beginning of each end step, he puts a slime counter on each creature you don't control. So if you last long enough to get Toxrill out against any creature deck, it's game over, lights out. We also have 2 duress, which is our tech against Izzet. And this deck actually performs very well against Izzet. Our last really interesting piece in this deck that is different than normal mono black is 2 Henrika Domnathi. Now, she's a 4 mana 1/3, not a great rate, but she has flying, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one that hasn't been chosen. So if you have another creature out, like an Eye Twitch or a Shambling Ghast, or maybe one of the tokens that Sorin or Lolth create, she can have each player sacrifice a creature, you sacrifice something you want to die or don't care about losing, and they might have to sacrifice something that they really care about since you've controlled the board down to only so many creatures with your other spells. She can also allow you to draw a card, which is really nice, and she can transform into a 3/4 flying Death Touch lifelinker who has the ability of pay 3, and each creature you control with flying, death touch, and or lifelink gets +1/+0 until the end of turn. And lots of our creatures have flying. Our Eye Twitches have flying, our Sorin tokens have flying, and reach is had by our spider tokens. So lots of synergy in this version of mono black, and the win rate is actually really high on this one. So let's check out how this deck performs, and I'll see you in the games. Oh, here's our learn board if you are interested in taking a look at that. You can go ahead and pause on that if you want to take a look at it. Otherwise, deck list is in the description, and we're going to get into some games. But if you wouldn't mind hitting subscribe, it really helps a small creator like me. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. This hand is way too high of mana cost. We have to mulligan. Oh, much better. Much, much better. We have to throw back Professor Onyx, aka Liliana, but this is actually a really good hand. We can Deadly Dispute away this Eye Twitch, or if we're against mono white, ooh, mono green, interesting. Kinda wish we had another black mana available, but we don't, so we're just gonna go like this. Attack with Eye Twitch, pass. Deadly Dispute. Next turn, Environmental Sciences, Eye Twitch, and Shambling Ghast. Goodbye Eye Twitch. Hello Sciences. Nice. Draw our land. So we don't have to go Sciences. We could just Eye Twitch and Shambling Ghast. We could just get Sorin out. Let's go for that. Let's get Sorin out. It's early enough that his creature token blocks pretty well. Could actually just +1 here. Yeah, we'll put Deadly Dispute in our hand. We are set up. I think it's already game over. I feel like we've already closed the door on mono green. Wow, and we drew an Infernal Grasp. So we'll Sciences. Yeah, we'll Sciences. Grab a land. And we can just double Eye Twitch. Lots of blockers. And we'll draw. Yep, we'll pay 3 life to draw that card. It's kind of a Dark Confidant effect. It's pretty nice though, because we don't actually have to pay the life. If we reveal like a Blood on the Snow, we don't actually have to lose 6 life. Okay. Okay, let's get a containment breach so we can get rid of this ranger class. And if they really want to, they can kill Sorin. And they'll draw a card. So we'll just let them hit Sorin. No blocks.
What's one more crash?
Drew the land. Nice. We can Skullport and then Containment Breach. The 4 mana that they've paid into that is a little bit hampered. Now, they are going to get to draw again off of this wolf pack, but we're going to wipe the board next turn. Or we could just Infernal Grasp it away. Ooh. So we'll just prevent as much damage as we can. Block here. And block here. Boom, boom. Draw a... We can try a Confront the Past or Necrotic Fumes. We'll go for Necrotic Fumes. Toxrill, huh? It's not quite late enough for a Toxrill. We can we can Meat Massacre for 3. Kills 2 of their creatures. We really want to do it for 1 single more mana. So we could Field of Ruin their Faceless Haven. Field of Ruin Faceless Haven leaves with 2 mana. It's not quite enough mana. So we'll do like all the mono black things. Play Shambling Ghast and pass. Then we'll Deadly Dispute and Infernal Grasp. And then we'll have a treasure from the Shambling Ghast. And we can we can play it for 4. So this is kind of hilarious. Fast blockers. Put 1 here, I suppose. And then we'll Infernal Grasp their Faceless Haven. Do you want to... No Snakeskin Veil. And then we'll Deadly Dispute away the Shambling Ghast. Draw 2 cards, make a treasure token. And another treasure token. And draw a land. Now we can actually just Blood on the Snow. Oh yeah. So if we Blood on the Snow, pull back Sorin, we can get a creature. Problem is we're still at 1, and that leaves the door open, so if they have Faceless Haven plus a Blizzard Brawl, that gets them through. So whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, we gain a life. So if we just play this for 4, we gain tons of life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play that. Boom, boom. All gone. And now if we really need to, we can still Infernal Grasp away like a Faceless Haven or whatever we want. Yep. Do we even want to? We could take 4... No, let's just kill it. Let's not be super risky. Play it safe. Do the right thing. Kill it. They have no good creature lands anymore. And we can cast Toxrill. So we will. Their Werewolf Pack Leader will shrink once here. And again on their end step. I don't see any way that they could remove our Toxrill. Oh man. Remember what I said about having Toxrill against a creature deck? Game over, lights out. There is no way they are ever going to be able to remove this Toxrill. Now with the kind of removal they have in that deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if they have an inscription, it's not enough. Toxrill. Boom, hits for 7. And we get a slug. The slug can block their Werewolf Pack Leader. If they play a Faceless Haven, number 3, we still have Field of Ruin. Yeah, trample. Okay, sure. Sure. Yeah, that's super game over. We can power up Faceless Haven and block here. Take no damage. Alright, game 1 down. Mono green, not strong enough against mono black. Okay, this hand is a bit slow. It's a little risky to keep a hand like this, but I think I will keep it. If we hit mono white, it's not so great. But this could just be a werewolf's green-red aggro deck. Which is also not really what we want to see. Oh, blue-green. I wonder what deck this is. It could be ramp. It could be hexproof flyers. We have an Infernal Grasp here. They do nothing. Nothing. So I'm worried about Juari Disruption. So I'm not going to cast... No, I will cast the Skullport. They have Juari, they have it. Okay. Because we don't have anything to do next turn if we don't draw a land. But this treasure gives us something to do. They just scoop. I'll never know what deck they are. In the chapter, it'll say versus Simic, I suppose. Oh, this is a beautiful hand. We don't want Toxrill in our opener, but Eye Twitch and Shambling Gas paired with a Deadly Dispute and lands, that's exactly what we want to see. Double Faceless Haven isn't great, really, but it's fine. Oh. Opponent surrendered. I guess in Plat they just hand you free wins. Alright. Ooh, this is not a good hand for early. This is all late cards except Sorin. We gotta throw it back. I hate it because I love a bunch of the cards in there, but couldn't handle it. This is a much better early hand. And I mean, who knows, we could be playing against mono white, you know? The other hand, we would just straight up be dead. This is a swamp, but not a snow-covered swamp, so... wonder if they're playing, Dimir Control. So they took away our Deadly Dispute. How rude. The real question is, if we can, on 4, do we play Henrika or Sorin? It's a tough choice. They're both really good. Henrika draws us a card and is a creature, but Sorin makes a creature or could draw us a card. Well, we need to draw one more land in order to get there. Oh, that's probably Rakdos. I was going to say Sacrifice, but no, this is Vampires. Interesting. We didn't draw it. We don't have it. We need the land. We don't have it. They have the land. They're up to 4. Kalane. Okay, maybe it is Sacrifice. I don't even know anymore. Maybe they just play Florian because he's great. Alright, opponent. I just can't draw lands. 10 cards deep, we should have few lands. Get us one more land. Okay, sweet. We actually really want that to die because Environmental Sciences can grab us our land if we don't draw it. And we didn't. So, whew. Thank God they gave us an out. Now, really, the next question is, are they going to play a creature this turn? Because if not, Henrika might be the better card. Oh no, Henrika, not so great. Ooh. No, I think I will play Henrika. Because she lets me draw a card, and she won't just die to this attack. Toxrill. It's not really what I want to see right now. I'll draw a card and lose a life. It's a land! So only one more till we get to Blood on the Snow. If they attack all out, I can block a zombie. Henrika will live. We can transform her and attack. Ah, Bloodchief's Thirst. She's gone. But they had to pay 4 for it because she is a 4 CMC creature. Yep, we take a bunch of damage. And then really hope to draw a land for Blood on the Snow. But even if we don't, we can play Lolth. We did draw the land. So would we rather play Lolth or Blood on the Snow? Let's get Lolth out there. Make some spiders. Now we can Blood on the Snow next turn. Even if they kill one of these spiders and are able to kill Lolth, Blood on the Snow is bringing her right back. And if we keep Lolth, then Blood on the Snow will bring back Henrika. Either way, it's just good. And we're only one land away from Toxrill. If we draw the land, we're not playing him yet. We want protection. Okay.
At least they do what I demand.
So it looks like it's Blood on the Snow, bring back Lolth. Yeah, we'll block. Wow, we did draw the land. That's kind of hilarious. Blood on the Snow, destroy all creatures. Boom boom, pay 6. Hello, Lolth. Make some spiders. Go ahead.
I will cull the weak.
I would not like to see maybe Innistrad Predator and paired with a creature. Goldspan. It being a 5/5 is pretty interesting. So if we play Toxrill, it shrinks Goldspan quite a bit. Coming at our face. We'll block it with 1. Wow, we just can't stop drawing land now. Draw a card. More land.
Run.
Toxrill.
Catch you.
They might just have a kill spell for it, but I hope they don't. We're going to start shrinking all of their creatures. They are just in top deck mode. They have no creature lands. Reckless Stormseeker. Well, that is a pretty good attacker, but we have a ground blocker for it. I don't see any way of them buffing their creature, so we're good. Oh, and they don't even attack with it. Interesting. There goes Kalain, we get a slug. It begins. Sorin. Wolf. Draw us a card. Ooh, Skullport. Sorin, make us a blocker. Shambling Ghast. Skullport. Attack with Toxrill. Because we have plenty of blockers now. The game is over. Rakdos, I'm sorry, but Toxrill has taken over the game. Now they're 2/2 Goldspan that has a +1/+1 counter on it. Can't even get through our 2/3 flyer token. So we could just pay 2, sacrifice a slug, draw a card. Sure. Auto pay. And Toxrill is a slug, so we will sacrifice Toxrill.
Aren't I jealous?
More Lolth. It's kind of hilarious. Oh, it's only while he's out that these slime counters shrink them. Okay, fair enough. We'll throw a slug there. And this guy right there. Block, block.
A gift in exchange for loyalty.
We'll +1 one time. Yes, draw that.
You wish to know my
And then we can minus.
Do what I demand.
And we don't have anything else really to do. In fact, we'll hold on to this Field of Ruin in case they get a creature land. No attacks. And we can start Skullport drawing now, sacrificing our spider blocker. Ooh, Volatile Arsonist. That's a really good one. And he comes in on the night side. Woo! Hot dog. Would not mind drawing a sweeper now. In fact, we may just be dead. Seven mana trample. Deals 2 to our spider. So we'll sacrifice the spider.
I will cull the weak.
Infernal Grasp? Why, thank you. Wow, that timing.
So you
Holy
wish to be
cow.
prey?
So we'll throw you there and you there. 2 blockers. Skullport. Do your thing. Sacrifice. Make a treasure. Draw a card.
Will slay our enemies.
Sacrifice. Draw a card.
Subservience will
All right.
be rewarded.
Thank you for your attack. Huh. Make tokens. Make tokens. Play a land.
And I, the generous one.
Yes, we'll play a replacement wall. Keep the new one and make
You could
tokens.
have such power.
And we'll even
My
play
will
another
cannot be denied.
Sorin. Keep the new one. Yeah, I think that's enough for them.
Savagery.
I'm surprised they were able to deal with Toxrill, but you know, just so many tokens and drawing cards. Okay, this hand is not very good, honestly. I'm gonna go kind of risky and keep it. All we have until turn 4 is a Shambling Ghast. Although turn 3 if we get a treasure and draw a land. If we drew a Deadly Dispute here, that would be ideal. What kind of deck is our opponent running? It's mono white. We are in serious trouble. It's not. It's green black. Huh. I actually have no idea what deck this is. I mean, I made a brew called Blood Sacrifice. I'll link that up in the card in the corner over there. Let's try and bait them into blocking. Nope. I mean, Shambling Ghast is so old at this point that most people don't fall for that. We did draw 2 land, though. So we actually can cast, like, a Henrika Domnathi right on time. Depends on what they play here. Belladar Retreat. Ooh, that's real bad for us. But we will get the Henrika Domnathi in. Move to combat, and we'll sacrifice a creature. Goodbye, Shambling Ghast. Make a treasure. But we need to, like, learn a lesson so that we can get this Containment Breach and get rid of Felidar Retreat. Because that's a serious problem. Here comes a cat. Oh, we did draw our sweeper. That's nice. And we are up to Lolth time. Do we want to draw the card or do we want to transform it? Let's draw the card. Always good to draw cards. And hey, we drew a Deadly Dispute. That's great. Can't use it on this turn, but next turn for sure. +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and they gain Vigilance till end of turn. Felidar is such a cool card. They could just get double land here and it would be really good for them. Make 2 more cats. 1 land, and 1 Skullport Merchant. I think it's time for a Blood on the Snow. Yeah, no. We'll just throw 1 blocker in front of it.
I will get what I want.
So here's what we're going to do. Going to move to combat, transform Henrika. The opponent seems to have something to say about Henrika. What you got over there, opponent? 2 mana or 1 mana instant in your hand? Could be an inscription, or perhaps a snakeskin veil. And we'll just come in with Henrika. Boom. Alright. Second main, we will Blood on the Snow. Destroy all creatures. And we can pull Henrika right back out of the graveyard since we paid 5 snow mana and she costs 4. Oh, what they have available is Skullport activation. Duh. I should know. Got one sitting right here. Alright, opponent, do you want to spend your treasure and activate your Skullport? No, you don't. Henrika, you're back. And Lolth has 4 counters now, so hello, spider tokens.
We will slay our enemies.
Still haven't drawn an Eye Twitch. We kind of really want to draw one of those. Innkeeper and Cat. And another Storm the Festival. Wow. 4, 7, 8. They get 2 lands. They can cast this flashback next turn. And then if they find a land on that one... Oh, Chariot and another Retreat. Okay, so they're trying to fill the board again. Infernal Grasp. That's interesting. Let's draw a card. There's our Eye Twitch. So we could Deadly Dispute. You know what? Let's Deadly Dispute and we'll Infernal Grasp this Chariot. So we'll move to combat. Each player sacrifices a creature. We sacrifice Eye Twitch. And we find Containment Breach. And we don't attack. So we're holding up Infernal Grasp plus Deadly Dispute. Also, they are not just 2 colors. They have white in their deck, too. I mean, obviously for Felidar Retreat. Ooh, they've got a Lolth of their own. They're playing a pretty interesting brew. Haven't really seen it before. Yep, you gain your 2 life. Crew it with the spiders. And as soon as you enter combat, or give me priority for any reason, Infernal Grasp your Chariot. Ooh, they made everything big. Okay, so we're sending everything at Lolth. Let's see. If we Deadly Dispute, we will basically guarantee draw a land. So we can Muthook Massacre for 4, kill everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They don't have enough exactly to Storm the Festival. So, block, 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 choose these blockers. Deadly Dispute, away our... Sure, Henrika. It doesn't really matter.
Subservience will be rewarded.
We drew our Faceless Haven, which, hey, it's a land.
My
2
power
Faceless
is
Havens.
for annihilation.
And now we Meat Hook Massacre for 4. Goodbye, everything. Of course, their Lulth gets 5 more counters, putting it at 7, which is 1 away from the ult.
We will slay
We make some spiders and pass the turn.
a gift. In exchange
It's really kind of a
for
slugfest here. Haymaker after haymaker.
my power
Because our plan
for
is to
annihilation.
ASAP kill that Felidar retreat. Because, I mean, look at that. Make 2 cats. And since they drew the land, they top-decked that land right where they need to. They can storm the festival. If they didn't draw a land right there, an untapped land, they could not have cast this card this turn. But they get a Wrenn in 7 and a huge Tree Folk. So we'll need a Blood on the Snow to deal with that. But for now, we'll Containment Breach away, Felidar Retreat. Really need that to be gone. Okay, now we can Sorin, or we can Skullport. Let's Skullport, and we can hold up a Deadly Dispute. Drop a Faceless Haven into play, and I suppose we get to draw a card.
My hatred lives.
Alright. Let's see what they got.
Rich soil grows mighty forests.
Opponent's deck is all about putting tons and tons of permanents into play. Pretty cool. I like this deck a lot. I think that it's probably, like, really bad against Izzet,
Generous one.
but it's great against us. It's probably also really bad against Mono White. Alright, they got big creatures. How much are they sending at Lulth? If anything. Looks like 2 Menace Spiders. No. Everything at us? Okay. So let's declare some blockers. Block here and survive. Block the gigantic thing. And block. We need to kill this one. Perfect. So we'll choose these blockers, and we'll Deadly Dispute away this spider that dies anyway. Cool. These blocks actually aren't terrible.
Subservience will be rewarded.
We drew 2 more Deadly Disputes? A little nuts, isn't it?
Aren't I generous? I will cull the weak.
So we're kind of in trouble here. We gotta draw some stuff. We can get a Mascot Exhibition off of that. Make some spiders.
My power
Play a
is
land.
for annihilation.
Sorin, make another token. We got lots of blockers.
Think of all Innistrad. My will. You can deal with
And we
my
got
servant.
2 Deadly Disputes to use. It's looking a little bit grim for us, though, because now they get to flashback another Storm the Festival. And they just keep drawing cards with their
Children
Lulth.
will take care of you.
So even if we do get to Blood on the Snow, they have tons of creatures. Alright, what are you finding off Storm the Festival? Top 5 cards, find 2 permanents. Asika's Chariot. That's a good one. That is a good one.
We stand strong.
I think this might just be game over, or close to it. We can't stop all the spiders. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Yeah, that's game over for sure. For absolute sure. Alright, we'll throw that there. One of these there. One of these there. And we have to put 2 blockers there, because menace. Yeah. That's what we can do. Do we draw some good card here?
Do what I demand.
A duress. Duress is not good enough. Alright, we'll sacrifice this one. Anything? Anything?
And I, the generous
Eye Twitch and
one.
Skullport. Sure. We're down to only 1 mana though, so we can't cast our instant speed kill spell. So drawing a card here is kind of pointless, really.
Aren't I generous?
Even a mascot exhibition doesn't really do it for us. Yeah, it's the land anyway. Alright. Good job, opponent. Neat brew. I mean, this deck is really cool. Well played. Maybe I should make a deck like this. Seems pretty neat. Jamming tons of 4 mana, 5 mana permanents in a deck with a bunch of, it'll be exiled. A bunch of Storm the Festivals. So basically, they seek to gain as much value as they can from these Storm the Festivals with all these 4 and 5 mana permanents. They basically have nothing to play before that except for Ramp, Tangled Florahedron, and Reclusive Taxidermist, and a Prosperous Innkeeper. It's neat. I like it. So how do the new cards in this Mono Black list fare? Well, I really liked having Sorin, then Lolth, then Professor Onyx. I thought that was really great. And Henrika Domnathi, put her over here so you can read her, she performed really well. It was really often that we wanted to pick one of her 3 modes, even if it was just 4 mana, draw a card, have a creature. When situations came up where, like Sorin, if we played him to draw a card, also 4 mana, he would lose us much more than 1 life, usually, on average, and he could just die to the creatures on board, whereas Henrika doesn't just die to the creatures on board. It actually takes a kill spell to get rid of her. And then on following turns, we could use that drawn card to play like an Eye Twitch or Shambling Ghast, and then make them sacrifice. So, I thought Toxrill, we drew him too often. He is a good creature, and he just destroys any creature deck. I don't think it's really great that if he dies, all of the slime counters are pointless, because they don't give -1/-1 anymore. So Toxrill is kind of susceptible to removal. Also, having 2 of them in the deck means we draw him too often. So Toxrill, take him or leave him. I think I'm not so much a fan of him. And Duress, I mean, Duress is great. Maybe you replace a Toxrill with one of the Duress. Although I've had plenty of matches against Mono White where I play the Duress and it is just dead, and it feels real bad to have a 1 for 0. Anyway, hope that you enjoyed the content, and until next time, fist bump, high five, take it easy.